So in this class, we will learn about the refrigerants, their classifications, and the nomenclature of refrigerants. So in a number of exams, the questions on refrigerants nomenclature is asked. Like we have done in our laboratory also, the naming of R134, R11, R12. So I am quickly going through the classification and then we will move towards the nomenclature of refrigerants. So we have seen that refrigerant, what is a refrigerant? Refrigerant is a medium of heat transfer through the phase change such as evaporation at low temperature and pressure. We have seen that in vapor compression and vapor absorption systems, in the evaporator the refrigerant changes its phase, whereas in the condenser it changes its phase from superheated vapor to the saturated liquid. So अगर मैं बात करूं, हम दो तरह में क्लासिफाई करते हैं रेफ्रिजरेंट्स को, प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी रेफ्रिजरेंट। प्राइमरी वही रेफ्रिजरेंट होते हैं जैसे कि VCRS में हमने देखा, जो ड्यूरिंग द साइकिल चेंजेस इट्स फेस, चाहे वो इवेपोरेशन के दौरान हो चाहे वो कंडेंसेशन के दौरान। वेयर एज द सेकेंडरी रेफ्रिजरेंट्स आर दोज विच डू नॉट चेंजेस देयर फेज, वो अपना फेज चेंज नहीं करते, लाइक वाटर, कैल्शियम क्लोराइड or sodium chloride. So refrigerants are first classified into based on the working principle, like primary refrigerant which changes or undergoes the phase change process in like in VCRS, R12, R22, R134, etc. Secondary refrigerant, water, calcium chloride, sodium chloride. Now the second one is based on the safety. So based on the safety, it is classified into three categories: safest, toxic, and very flammable. So safest are like in our domestic and industrial application, we have seen, we have used R11, R12, R114, R123, where R stands for the refrigerant, carbon dioxide, which is also called as dry ice. Next is the toxic refrigerants like dichloroethylene, ethyl chloride, and the third category, in the safest category, is the very flammable, butane, propane, methane. So for your kind information, very flammable refrigerants, as I have said, butane, propane, and methane, like in a few applications we may see the LPG can also be used as a refrigerant, but that would be a little bit tough and a little bit risky to use that LPG gas for the refrigeration purpose. Okay, the third classification is based on the chemical composition. Based on the chemical composition, the halogenated compounds, which we will see in the next slide, these are obtained after replacing one or more of the hydrogen atoms, and their nomenclature is written as RXYZ, like R114, R011, R22. Second category is the inorganic compounds. Inorganic compounds are like ammonia, NH3, carbon dioxide, water. And the third ones are the mixtures. We will go on the mixtures at the last stage. So mixtures are like R500, R502. They are basically mixture of two or more refrigerants which forms a compound, and they are azeotropes and zeotropes. Okay, so now moving on the uh, designation of refrigerants. So in the very first case, we will see if the refrigerant is a saturated hydrocarbon, then how would you designate it, how would we represent it? So इसका इसे करने का एक बड़ा सीधा सा सबसे सेफेस्ट और सबसे easiest मेथड है, आप इसी तरह से इसको याद करें, CmHnFpClQ, where M signifies the number of carbon atoms, N stands for number of hydrogen atoms, P stands for number of chlorine atoms, and Q stands for number of fluorine atoms. उसके बाद एक और फॉर्मूला जो हमें याद करना रहेगा, that is N plus P plus Q is equal to 2M plus 2. Now we will use these relations to find the nomenclature of the refrigerant. And then finally, when we have the number of carbon atoms, number of hydrogen atoms, number of fluorine atoms, then we can write these number of atoms along with their R or the refrigerant name, M-1, N+1 and P. So आप देखेंगे यहाँ पे डिफरेंस समझ में आएगा मैं सैचुरेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन के केस में इस फॉर्मूले में यूज़ कर रहा हूँ 2m+2। ओके, स्टार्ट करते हैं R11 से। तो R11 को लिखने से पहले हम देखते हैं, इसको लिखते हैं कंप्लीट R011। तो हमने क्या किया, इसको इक्वेट किया, m-1 equal to 0, n plus 1 equal to 1, p equal to 1. Now from this relation m comes out to be 1, n comes out to be 0, p comes out to be 1. Now put these values in the second relation, n plus p plus q is equal to 2m plus 2. Put the values and we will have the number of fluorine atoms. So hereby we are seeing there is a little bit correction. The number of chlorine atoms are shown with the Q and number of fluorine atoms is written with the P. So this is a correction over here. So we have calculated the number of chlorine atoms, that is 3. So when we write the all the number of carbon atoms, hydrogen atom, chlorine atoms and the fluorine atoms in this relation Cm, Hn, Fp and Clq, it comes out to be C1 H0 F1, which is P, and chlorine comes out to be 3. The number of chlorine atoms comes out to be 3. So it R11 names comes out to be CFCl3, which is written as trichloro monofluoromethane. Now moving to the next one, R012, R22, R134. Similarly, you can calculate or you can write on your own the chemical names of the refrigerants R12, R22, R134. So if we see for R12, the name comes out to be CF2Cl2. It can be written as difluoromethane. For R22, it is said to be monochloro difluoromethane. And whereas R134 is written as C2H2F4Cl0, which is written as tetrafluoroethane. अब देखिए ये सबसे एक जो मेजर बात है ध्यान में रखने की, वो यही है कि अगर हम देखें R12 के अंदर क्लोरीन एटम्स हैं 2, R22 के अंदर क्लोरीन एटम है 1 और R134 में क्लोरीन एटम है 0. सो और यहाँ पर अगर हम R11 की बात करें, यहाँ थे क्लोरीन एटम्स 3. तो ये भी एक तरह का आप एक ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन कई बार मिल जाता है हमें कि based on the number of chlorine atoms, arrange or rearrange these refrigerants R11, R12, R22, R134. So for your kind information, जितने ज़्यादा number of chlorine atoms किसी भी refrigerant में रहते हैं, उतना ही ज़्यादा वो हम हमारी ओजोन लेयर को करते हैं. तो यहाँ पर आप पोटेंशियल से भी देख सकते हैं, जो ओजोन डिप्लीशन पोटेंशियल है ODP, विच वी स्टडी लेटर. ओजोन डिप्लीशन पोटेंशियल R134 का सबसे लीस्ट है, उसके बाद R22, देन R12 एंड सबसे लीस्ट सबसे मतलब जो अधिक इम्पैक्ट है जिसके अंदर 3 क्लोरीन एटम थे R11 में. नाउ मूविंग टू द सेकंड केस in which we will write the name for the refrigerant of unsaturated hydrocarbon. इसमें देखिए फॉर्मूला वही है CmHnFpClQ. सो अगर हम यहाँ पर भी बात करें तो P should be written as the number of fluorine atoms and Q should be written as number of chlorine atoms. So ये थोड़ा सा इसमें आप ध्यान रखना, नंबर ऑफ फ्लोरीन एटम्स हैं P, नंबर ऑफ क्लोरीन एटम्स हैं Q. ओके, सो द सेकंड फॉर्मूला सेज N plus P plus Q is equal to 2M. वहाँ पर अगर हम बात कर रहे थे सैचुरेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन में, तो यहाँ पर था 2M plus 2, बट हेयर इट इज़ 2M ओनली. सो यहाँ पर एक और चीज़ ध्यान में रखने की है कि R रेफ्रिजरेंट के सब जो सफिक्स है वो हम 1 यूज़ करते हैं, देन M-1 N+1 P. तो अभी अगर हमारे पास ये नेम है R1150, सो M-1 equal to 1, N+1 equal to 5 and P comes out to be 0. सो 0 जो यहाँ पर है उसको हम समझ भी सकते हैं, इट इज एन इंडिकेशन ऑफ द अनसैचुरेटेड हाइड्रोकार्बन. सो M-1 equal to 1, N+1 equal to 5, P equal to 0. So M comes out to be 2, N comes out to be 4, and the number of chlorine atoms comes out to be 0. So its name becomes C2H4F0Cl0 R1150. Then the third case. In this case, we have when the refrigerant is of inorganic compound. These are designated by the number 7 in suffix followed by the molecular weight of the refrigerant. Like if we have ammonia, ammonia का molecular weight देखें, nitrogen 14 atomic weight, hydrogen 1 atomic weight, 3 hydrogen है, 1 nitrogen है, it becomes 17. So we will write it as 717. For carbon dioxide, carbon का molecular weight 12, oxygen का so 16 to the 32 plus 12 44 R744. For sulfur dioxide SO2, its molecular weight is 64 R764. Water, hydrogen molecular weight 1, 2 hydrogen atoms are there and 1 oxygen atom. So 16 plus 2 18 R718, and the last one is the air. And generally we take the molecular weight of air as 29, which consists of 78% of nitrogen, 21% of oxygen and 1% of other argon and helium. So it becomes R729. And the last category, sometimes it is asked that R502, R503, R507A. So we can cram a bit these azeotrope names, like R502 is a mixture of R22 and R115. So जितने भी हमारे एजियोट्रोपिक मिक्सचर रहते हैं उनको हम 500 से स्टार्ट करते हैं, और जितने भी जियोट्रोपिक मिक्सचर रहते हैं दे आर डेजिग्नेटेड बाय द 400 सीरीज. तो यहाँ पर हम बात करें R503 की, तो आप देखिए R23 है, इसमें कि 40.1% है R23 का, और R13 का है 59.9%. तो जो जो भी एजियोट्रोप और जियोट्रोप रहते हैं दे आर बेसिकली मिक्सचर ऑफ टू or more refrigerants which forms a compound together. So in this nomenclature we have up to here. In the next video we will cover the properties or desirable properties of the refrigerants. Thank you.